Well, Cam, congratulations on your win on the weekend. Wanted to really congratulate you on that, and then ask you really what it felt like crossing that finish line.
Unbelievable. I wasn't going into the race expecting to win or come out with the win. I was going in with a time goal more than anything, and to know that I was leading the race for the women for basically since the start of the race, and so then to know that I actually won when I crossed the finish line. It was just as soon as I crossed the line, it was a lot of physical and mental and emotional breakdown, just knowing that everything that I had dreamt of happening in this race and all of my goals had come true, and that was huge. And feeling a tape break across your chest is a pretty good feeling. So
nice. What would you say contributed to your success? I mean, you dropped 40 minutes off your previous marathon time, which is amazing. What would you say is the biggest contributors to your success?
I'd say, well, the huge thing is finding out about the anemia. That was huge. So now having oxygen going to my muscles actually helps. And then I joined the Vancouver Falcons Athletic Club under the coach of John Hill, and their training has been incredible. On top of doing strength training at Innovative Fitness in Port Moody and cross training with the master's swim group at SFU, I think all factored into the success that the season has had so far. So they're definitely all components that are individual, but all work together to create a really good result.
What's the next plans for you? I think life is going to change for you now. I'm sure you're getting a lot of phone calls from sponsors and being invited to different races and things like that. What's the next steps?
For right now, it's kind of taking it in, basking in it, and then I've talked to my coach a little bit just in terms of what we're going to focus on in the fall. We haven't decided if I'm going to focus on more shorter stuff and get the speed going, or if I'm going to do another marathon. There's been talk of Toronto, there's been talk of Victoria. It's just a matter of kind of where our focus is going to fall. So I think it just depends on how training in the summertime goes, and try and get out into more kind of well-known races now that have the exposure, and just try and get some solid times by being pulled through by some of the other top runners in Canada and potentially the world one day. So see where it goes from there.
Nice. Do you have any advice for any other aspiring runners out there?
Keep at it. Last year when I was dealing with the anemia stuff, which I didn't know about, every run was a battle and it was a struggle, and I was not enjoying myself, but I just kept going out and doing it because I figured that one day it was going to click, and I think training through that made me tougher mentally as well as physically, and so just deal with the adversity and try and get through it, and you'll come out on top. It's just a matter of when and where it's going to happen. So.